singing. Disdain, it's vain, it's nothing.
We working now? Yeah. Okay, all right. Shalom again, brothers and sisters. Welcome to another class with the Israelite School of Biblical History and Practical Knowledge. We're going to go ahead and do how we do every class. Get this knowledge out, hopefully edify brothers and sisters, and get it rolling. We'll open up with a few questions. The class is based on a question that somebody had asked. So we want to get this rolling. Before we get into that, let's get these announcements out. We have Hanukkah coming up, and that's on the 19th of December to the 26th. We will not be having class on those days because we will be commemorating the High Holy Week. All right, it's actually 8 days, so we're going to be doing that. So just keep in mind, we're not going to be having class on those days. Our school is at 2610 Granby, and that's Norfolk, Virginia, and that's 23517. We have classes Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and our other channel, the main channel, we have classes every other day. So we ask that y'all like, share, subscribe, get it out. Share the classes, share the topics, so we can get our channel going. All right, we touch on the different topics, different classes, and of course we have class in Houston, we have classes in San Antonio. We're trying to get things rolling in Albuquerque. So if y'all interested, you can always hit us up with my number. When it comes up there, they put it up there, and other things that we do are, we do the ISB HBK Kids. There's some classes on there for the kids. You guys can check that out. We also, let me see here, do the Blog Talk Radio with Mashaba, blogtalkradio.com/MASHAHBA, and that's Tuesdays and Thursdays at 9:30. What else we got here? I think Banaba is doing that with him also. If you want garments, we do that. We said we know a lot of people are doing garments, and brothers are getting their ribs to finally get up and start learning how to sew and do their garments. But we do them. The sisters do a great job. They've been doing it for a long time. You can check that out on Everything Israel Wear on Facebook. All right. My number is 281-707-2737. Quatzazop's number is 303-557-8979. If y'all have any questions for me or him, feel free to hit us up. Wells Fargo. If you want to donate or give any alms, you can do that. When they put the little information up there, you can do that also. Or isbhpk@gmail. You can Google Wallet. All right. And we always want to thank brothers and sisters for supporting, for the help they've been giving us. We couldn't do it without you. We appreciate y'all. And if you want to continue, do that. Books, Bibles, apocryphers, pens, pencils, whatever. We appreciate y'all. All right. Other than that, let's go ahead and get rolling. What We already got one already? All right. I think Johnny, did you have some, Johnny?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And then we'll go to the one online. Go ahead.
The question I had was because I was having a discussion with a friend.
Okay.
It was about the Holy Spirit.
Okay.
She was talking about how they taught us.
So say it on the mic so I don't have to repeat you and they can hear you.
We was talking about the Holy Spirit.
Right.
How we were sitting there discussing how we was taught the Trinity in
Okay.
church. And I was just pretty much letting them know, like, hey, that's false. So, but
Right.
not even because he was telling me Jesus pretty much gave that's where the Holy Spirit came from, and I was like,
Jesus what?
Jesus, the Holy Spirit came from Jesus.
Okay.
And I was telling him, well, like I said, I've been reading deeply in the Bible, and I had to tell him, like, I was like, hold on, because I remember I read back in the Psalm, because I'm looking at it now, Psalm 51,
Right.
and how David
Have the Holy Spirit.
The Holy Spirit.
Right.
Like, so it had to come. It came from the Father.
Right.
He was saying, no, it came from the Son, and I was like, I said, no, you didn't get it because how did David get it?
There you go.
and we just had a discussion of it, and then I was just like, and then he was saying, well, that's not the same spirit, that was sent from Jesus. And I was like,
The hell? What?
Where did that come from? That was a different spirit. I was like, no, that's the
You should have said. You should have asked him. Well, what spirit was that David had on
right.
there?
And then he couldn't.
He can't.
He
Yeah.
couldn't answer. So I was like, so we pretty much left it at that. And I just got to thinking about it, and I was like, because I was looking at him like, what? Where did that come from?
Right.
So I was just, I just kept referring it to him like, look, just go read Psalms 51.
Right.
You will see that the same Holy Spirit that was there was the same Spirit that was given in the New Testament also.
Okay.
So, but I guess like it was just mainly just edification on because that's all I could go to at the time when I read in Psalms 51. I guess I just need a little bit more edification
On the Holy Spirit. Okay. All right. Well, being that it's going to be new to you,
right.
I want to give you that in its entirety.
Okay.
Let's not just play around with that. Let's give you the arsenal with that.
Gotcha.
So hold off, and then I'll give you the full load on that.
Okay.
All right. If we can't find nothing online, because I don't want to just. You need everything.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I can go through a few scriptures, but no, you don't want that. You want that way you can have different angles and ways to go on that. So if we can't find it on there, if we didn't do one that's going to give you the full load, I'll go ahead and put together for you. All right. Let me see. Because I am answering questions tonight, and the question tonight was, basically going to take the whole class. Yours is going to take the whole class too, so that's why. What else we got? Do we got anything quick?
There's two. One is why does this feast day have so many names? I heard a feast of dedication, feast of lights, Hanukkah. Why so many, and which is the correct name?
So we rededicated the temple, right? We put a lot of lights up, right? The candles represented the lighting of the candles. So that's why you get dedication. Then you got the Hebrew word of that, right? That's all that is. Okay, it's the same thing. So when you go to the Bible, let's go to and we got still a good month or 3 weeks to go to that. We're gonna go over the scriptures on that. But let's go to the Apocrypha real quick. Yeah, just on what biblically is written, right? Go to Maccabees real quick. And then, dang, did I leave my... Yeah, I left that. Go to Maccabees real quick. Let's get that. and we'll touch on that. But yeah, the Holy Spirit one, I'm gonna have him, or if sis Allison, if you can look it up, see if we got one on there. But we want to give him an entire class on that. I don't want to give him a question one. Do you watch the other channel on classes?
Yeah, it's only, I've been going through, doing as many as I can.
Got you. Yeah, there's a
It's a lot.
it's a lot on there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got it, Doc? First Maccabees 4. Go ahead and read that real quick. Just to answer your question, like biblically, what it's called, right? And then we'll go into the Hebrew a little bit because you'll see. Go ahead.
You want to start at verse 45?
Yeah, we just want to get the name. We don't want to go over the whole thing, but yeah, go straight to the point.
So it's 56.
Go ahead.
First Maccabees chapter 4 and verse 56. And so they kept the dedication.
Right. You see that? That's all it was called, the dedication. Why? Because we rededicated the temple, right? But we did something in there also. Go ahead.
And so they kept the dedication of the altar 8 days, and offered burnt offerings with gladness, and sacrificed the sacrifice of deliverance and praise.
Mm-hmm.
They decked also the forefront of the temple with crowns of gold, and with shields, and the gates, and the chambers they renewed, and hanged doors upon them. Thus was there very great gladness among the people, for that the reproach of the heathen was put away. Moreover, Judas and his brethren, with the whole congregation of Israel, ordained that the days of the dedication of the altar should be kept in their season from year to year by the space of 8 days.
So you see that? Dedication. So that's what we call it. We call it the Feast of Dedication, right? Go ahead.
Should be kept their season from year to year by space of 8 days, from the 25th day of the month Caslu, which mirth and gladness. At that time also they builded up the Mount Zion with high walls and strong towers round about, lest the Gentiles should come and tread it down, as they had done before. And they set there a garrison to keep it, and fortified Bethsura to preserve it.
Okay, so we get that. Go from there. Go ahead, go grab it. Go grab it real quick. We're going to go to St. John. Just on that, just to show you that, okay, what is it biblically? That way you don't have no discrepancies. All right. Right. So come on in, huh? How you doing, brother? Shalom. There's a Bible up there. Bible right behind you, Apocrypha. And what we're doing right now, we start out asking brothers and sisters if they have any questions online or anything. So that's what we're doing. So we'll open it up. That way, you know, it's before we go into our topic, we want to make sure if anybody got any questions they can ask. So just letting you know that way, if you do have any questions, just feel free to raise your hand and we can go over that. All right, so go from there, go to St. John 10. And somebody just asked a question about Hanukkah. You know, why is it called Hanukkah or the Feast of Lights? or Feast of Dedication, where these names come from. What is the name? So we're going through the scriptures and showing that it's called the Feast of Dedication. And sometimes people call it the Feast of Lights because we had a lot of lights burning. We had the candles burning. So that's where the lights come from. Right? Now, when we go into the Hebrew on Hanukkah, oh, there we did have one, sis?
Yeah, we had some, I think some of them are cable shows.
No, give them a class one.
And then
Class one is going to be the one.
class. I didn't see anything recent, though.
Oh, Hanukkah, a menorah with nine branches. So that's where the Hanukkah comes in, which is lights. Okay, so now you got the lights that you burn the 8 days, commemorating the celebration of this feast. So that's where that comes from. So it was the Feast of Dedication, but what you did inside of it, you would burn the lights, which would be Hanukkah. Okay? And it says Hanukkah, a menorah with 9 branches. The 9, because you would take the one light and you would light all 8 days. That's why you got some 7 days for the Sabbath, or some for holy days that are just 7 days. Right? And then you got the 9. A lot of people say that, well, why they got 9? It's just one to burn the lights on the other 8 days, which is Hanukkah. All right, so that's where these names come from, but biblically it's known as Feast of Dedication. John 10:22.
Yeah, I got that, but in the first Maccabees we kind of skipped up.
Did we?
Yeah, in verse 49.
Where is that? First Maccabees what?
First Maccabees chapter 4 and verse 49.
And we went there just to show what the name was originally. That way we can understand. Go ahead.
They made also new holy vessels, and into the temple they brought the candlestick and the altar of burnt offerings and of incense and the table. Mm-hmm. And upon the altar they burnt incense, and the lamps that were upon the candlesticks they lighted, that they may give light in the temple.
Right, so that's where that comes from, the light. Right, we would burn the candles. Remember, that was all always symbolic for us. Meaning the lighting, the wisdom, right? The light, right? That comes from the Most High. That's what that is. You know, remember, we didn't worship the candles. We weren't doing no weirdness, especially, remember, sacrificial was done away with after a certain time. So when we do it now, and we got to, remember, we're new school. We got to get all our menorahs and our horn got to get sent out here and stuff like that. But that's all just symbolic. When you light the candle, it represents the light, the wisdom. When you burn the incense, it represents the prayers going up, right? Everything has a meaning. It ain't no, you can't, oh, well, they light the incense because it was to this God. No, it was just our prayers symbolic. The scriptures say that was our prayers going up. It wasn't no weirdness. Y'all see that? Everything got to go through the scriptures and give edification, or we don't do it. All right. So where you at?
St. John chapter 10 verse 22.
Uh-huh.
And it was at Jerusalem the feast of the dedication, and it was winter.
Right. So Yahawashi during the winter didn't celebrate Christmas. Yahawashi, the one they call Jesus Christ, celebrated the feast of dedication. So this is another, a lot of people, 2 things you're understanding here. Well, a few things. What Yahawashi celebrated, knowing that the Feast of Dedication was part of our high holy days, even though they weren't during the Old Testament. This is one that was instituted after, and yet we followed that. And Yahawashi followed it also. So that's another thing, get your ammo ready, because people, well, why is that? Why we follow the Feast of Dedication, Hanukkah, why we follow that when that ain't in the Old Testament? Well, there's certain things that the law laid down, like Yahawashi had to come and say, I came not to do away with the law or the prophets. So that's a high holy day we celebrate. All right. The name, once again, Feast of Dedication. The lights, Hanukkah, which comes from the menorah, right? So you say Feast of Lights. That's all that is. All right. So that was an easy one. Hopefully that edifies on that.
There's more.
What do we got?
If possible, could you go over the Beatitudes? Please explain the meaning of being poor in spirit, Matthew 5 and 3. Beatitudes.
Matthew 5 and 3? All right. Let's go there. You know, I know the churches have their little sayings or names for them that sometimes ain't in the Bible. So when you tell me those, I'm like, what's that? Like, let's just go to the scripture. Let's see if what they're talking about is in the Bible. So Beatitudes, somebody can look that up for me. The Beatitudes? Okay. What is it? What is the church? What is it? And then we'll see if that idea coincides with the Bible. You know what I mean? Because I think there's somebody on there that hits us with a few of those church ideas and seeing if they're in the Bible.
Pretty much just running down the
What?
That's what the Beatitudes is. 5 and 3.
Beatitudes, as in these are the attitudes you need to have?
Right.
Okay, so.
It's blessed.
Right. That's what the B is the blessed part.
Okay.
It's Matthew 5 and 3 on down.
Yeah.
So what is the question?
Explain the meaning of being poor in spirit.
Oh, okay. All right, let's go there.
Matthew chapter 5 verse 3.
Yeah. Hold on. Y'all got it? You got it, bro? Go ahead.
Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven.
Right. So poor in spirit. I mean, this is, to me it's easy. So I'm just gonna ask y'all. What do y'all think it is? 5 and 23.
5 and 3.
5 and 3. What does that mean, Shamiyar?
When it says the poor in spirit, I mean, I think it coincides with scriptures like the first shall be last and the last shall be first. We're the downtrodden people on the face of the earth. So a lot of times we are poor in spirit, we're broken. But we know that the promises pertain to us, the Israelites.
There you go. Poor in spirit, because it's not saying anybody that has finances ain't gonna make it into the kingdom of heaven. Remember, he says it's gonna be a hard thing, and it is gonna be very hard, like a camel going through the eye of a needle, but it's not impossible. So it's not saying we all have to be broke. It's talking about spiritually how we supposed to be humbled, right? So what we were just talking about earlier, go to Psalms 51 and 17. And this is what it means to be poor in spirit. Right? Psalms 51 and 17.
Psalm chapter 51 and verse 17.
Go ahead. Poor in spirit. Good questions. Go ahead.
The sacrifices of the Most High are a broken spirit and a broken and contrite heart.
So what it means to be poor in spirit means to be lowly. Broken means to be humbled. A lot of times, if you look at the opposite of a person that's not poor in spirit, what are they?
Lofty.
They're lofty, right? They think something is owed to them, right? The Most High, God owes them. They come and get the knowledge, and then it's like, okay, the people of the Lord, y'all niggas owe me for doing the will of the Most High, right? That's the mentality that they have. So being poor in spirit is talking about a humbled down, lowly spirit, knowing that you've been given the grace of the Most High and you owe the Most High. Not necessarily I come in and I'm doing the Most High a favor for learning this knowledge. Why does this have to be said? Think about it. Why does this have to be said? Poor in spirit. Why? Why does it got to be said to black people?
A lot of black people ain't poor in spirit.
Nah, like you get the brand new J's, you get the brand new look. You what? You're like, nigga, I don't need that. Like, what do we talk about all the time when we show the people the slavery is in the Bible? I'm not a slave. I got a job. I got it. What? Yeah, I'm good. It's like y'all talking about. Look at Jay-Z. Look at Beyonce. Look at Oprah. Right, but they're not poor in spirit, and that's the problem. Why you can't reach them, because they're not humble. Right? They don't want to hear nothing. They think they know all the time. So he's telling us the Most High requires a broken spirit. And once again, that's another idiom or analogy or parable, or it's not meaning that you got to be broke like you in jail, broke like that. It means that your spirit is humbled by the will and service and duty and grace of the Most High. So finish that. Read it one more time, and I got another one.
Psalm 51 verse 17.
Go ahead.
The sacrifices of the Most High are a broken spirit.
Right. So here he's saying in the spirit, like the Most High don't want animals. I don't want your animals. I want your spirit that's broke down like that animal would be. Like Yahawashi was the lamb, right? His spirit was broken. It was lowly. It was humble. It was meek all through the trials and tribulation and persecution and death. So Yahawashi is the example. We have to follow that lowly spirit. Go ahead.
A broken and a contrite heart.
Right. A contrite mind. Right. Which contrite is humble, meek, sincere. Right. So you got to have a meek mind. Once again, why do I have to tell my people this? Because Israel is a cocky, proud, stubborn, rebellious, stiff-necked nigga. You ain't teaching me nothing nation. You know what I mean? I already know nation. Right? They don't come with that lowly spirit. Good question. Go from there. Go to Proverbs 16 and 19. So this is what it means to have be poor in spirit.
Proverbs chapter 16 verse 19.
Go ahead.
Better is it to be of an humble spirit,
right,
with the lowly.
Right. So there you go. It's better to be of a humble spirit with the lowly. So who are my acquaintances? You know what I mean? Niggas that's pouring wine on butt naked women on rap videos, talking about, listen, I can sleep with your girl, I can take your girl. That's not a lowly spirit. Like showing, improving, and showing out because I can take your woman, because I got more success and more money than you. So you get that spirit on our people. So it's cocky. We got to watch that. The Most High don't honor that. Go ahead. Read on. 19. Yeah.
Then to divide the spoil with the proud.
Right. Then to divide these goods, you might have success. You might have more money. But the Most High is not looking at that. He don't care about that. He wants to see if your spirit is meek and humble. Right? Because the other scripture says the meek shall inherit the earth. Right? Okay, go from there. Go to hold on. I mean, there's a lot of them. I'm not going to go over all of them, but just to get the point out and to answer the question, go to Isaiah 61 and 1. One of my favorite ones. Isaiah 61 and 1.
Isaiah chapter 61 and verse 1.
Isaiah 61 and 1. Just to show you who the Most High dwells with, man. That's a beautiful one. Go ahead.
The Spirit of the Lord power is upon me, because the Lord hath anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek.
Unto the what?
Unto the meek.
Who are we talking to?
The meek.
We're not talking to stubborn niggas. We're not talking to you already know, then you don't need this. Right? Because that's the mind of our people, right? I already know what you gonna tell me. You know what I mean? I already get it. I touch the angels. That's not the spirit, the Most High. You should always be willing to listen, learn, and get educated. And understand that there's things that you don't know. Right? So, tidings to the meek. Go ahead.
He hath sent me to bind up the brokenhearted.
Right, because the meek realize that they don't have. You can have success, money, cows, cars, But a meek person really realize that I still don't have the things that matter. But a proud person, one that is lifted up because of their pride or money or success, they think godliness is gain. So they don't have a meek, humble, lowly, poor spirit. Go ahead.
To proclaim liberty to the captives and the opening of the prison to them that are bound. To proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord.
Right. All right. One more. Go to Proverbs 29 and 23. Proverbs 29 and 23. So this is what the Most High says, what he's talking about when a lowly spirit. Like I said, there's a lot of them.
Proverbs chapter 29, verse 23.
Hold on. Proverbs 29. Oh, we didn't even finish that. 66. So we'll jump back. Proverbs 29 and 3. I knew it was. I was like, where is that? Go ahead.
Proverbs chapter 29, verse 23.
Go ahead.
A man's pride shall bring him low.
Right.
But honor shall uphold the humble in spirit.
But honor, what does the Most High honor? A humble spirit, a meek spirit. Because you're ready to listen, to learn. You're ready to be like Yahawashi. So this is a disease. I mean, this is a whole class we can go into. But this is a disease with Israelites, blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans. They're stubborn people, man. They're proud people. You know what I mean? It says 100 stripes enter into a fool. Right? What did it say? The more than the reproof of the wise? Yeah, and that's what it takes. Think about our people. Crack, dope, drugs, shot, kids killed, and what? When you come and teach them, this is happening because the Lord is punishing. Nah, I don't want to hear that. Y'all niggas crazy. Look how y'all dress. It's like, okay. So, your son just got shot in the middle of the street. Right? When we went to Baton Rouge, we're over there teaching across the street the pain and the suffering. Why? They don't want to hear that. They're like, y'all get off the block. We gonna shoot y'all. I'm like, listen, you don't have to shoot us then. Because y'all gonna get this word. Right? They didn't want to hear that. Why? Because they rather hear the lies. And it's a cocky spirit. Why you want to shoot me when I'm not the one that shot your people? Shot your son. So I didn't know it was an Alton Sterling guy. But this is the problem with Israelites. Go ahead. All right, jump back and read Isaiah 66 and 2. Isaiah 66 and 2.
Isaiah chapter 61.
66. What was it? 61. No, it's Isaiah 66 and 2. Sis, could you grab that? It should be probably Ariah. That one should be Ariah. It's in the door. Yeah. Isaiah 66 and 2.
Isaiah chapter 66 verse 2. For all those things hath mine hand made. And all those things have been. And all those things have been. Said the Lord. But to this man will I look, even to him that is poor and of a contrite spirit.
You see that? Poor of a contrite. It ain't saying you got to be broke. But like I said, we can go over this all day. But it said Yahawashi gave up his riches, right, to be with his people. Go ahead.
And trembleth at my word.
And what?
Trembleth at my word.
Like how many people really tremble at the word of the Most High? So this is what it's talking about when it says poor in spirit. James. Go to James 1 and 9.
James chapter 1 and verse 9.
And like I said, there's a lot more scriptures that we could do a whole class on this. We're just going to answer it with a few bars. And then we're going to move on to the next question. Go ahead.
Let the brother of low degree.
Let the brother of what?
Of low degree.
He's the humble brother. He's the meek brother. Right? He's the meek sister. Or she's the meek sister. Humble sister. Go ahead.
Rejoice in that he is exalted.
Why? Because when you're in a low degree, the scripture says better for you to dwell in the house of the morning. Because that's when you're going to think. That's when you're going to pray more. That's when you're going to focus on the Most High. Y'all know the deal. When you got money's coming in, house is good, right? What happens? You kind of forget to pray. You know what I mean? You forget to fast. You know what I mean? You ain't throwing dust on your head and cleaning your scars and your pain. But when your rib leaves, right? Right? What happens? When you can't see your kids, right? All your checks are being garnished with through child support. You're like, you facing, you sweating. Your head is bowed, you humble. So, but that's what the Most High wants. He sees your pure self in that moment. He sees your pure self in that moment. Because you don't know who's real until it gets rough. Right? You know how the Most High tells us prove a friend? Yeah. Well, that's how he proves us as a nation. When he brings us in a lower state. All right, go ahead.
But the rich, in that he is made low.
Right, you see that? But the rich that he is made humble. Why? Because what happens when you're rich? You know what? Actually, me and Ma Waller was just reading some of these in Proverbs. The rich are cocky. They're prideful. They think they got everything. You know what I mean? People look up to them. Oh, he's successful. She's successful. So that what? Gets their head in the clouds. Oh, God must be with me. Not understanding that the wicked prosper in this world. Not saying you can't prosper. Right? The Most High said he has pleasure in the prosperity of the saints. But there's the Most High taking care of you, and there's ultimate success in you giving up your soul and your spirit. It's two different things. What you was going to say?
As a precept, Luke 6 and 24 that goes with that.
Go ahead. Just throw it in there.
Luke chapter 6 verse 24.
Uh-huh.
But woe unto you that are rich.
Right.
For ye have received your consolation.
Right.
Woe unto you that are full, for ye shall hunger.
There you go. Why? Because, and is it saying that everybody rich? Or is it showing us that the rich got to be humbled? That's why when you go into Timothy's, like I said, we can keep going over this topic. It tells you to charge the rich that they need to be humbled. You know what I mean? This Oprah and all these rappers and basketball players, brother, they're supposed to be helping out our people. Not just one turkey on Turkey Day and Thanksgiving and going and get a few pair of sneakers. They supposed to be putting this in one pot and helping the nation. All those damn billions, Jay-Z and Beyonce and all that, they're supposed to be making the nation at least successful. But they don't got the wisdom. They don't got the humility. They don't got that true compassion to do that. So finish that, James, real quick, and then we'll move to the next question.
Verse 10, second precept. Because as the flower of the grass, he shall pass away.
Right. So just reminding us. There's another one I wanted. It was in Isaiah. Hold on. I thought it was, let's see here. It's Isaiah. That's what it is. Isaiah 57 verse 15. And this will be the last one. We'll go to the next. Do we got any more in there? Isaiah 57 verse 15.
Isaiah 57 verse 15.
Isaiah 57 verse 15. Go ahead.
For thus saith the high and lofty, one that inhabiteth eternity,
right?
whose name is holy. I dwell in the high and holy place. With him also that is of a contrite and humble spirit.
You see that? Most I ain't dwelling with no cocky Negroes, man, that's walking around, you know, thinking their clothes define them, thinking their money or their new glasses or new shoes or new jackets define them. That doesn't define us. That all is going to pass away and perish. Your job don't define you. Your little money that the so-called white man gave you does not define you. Most High dwells with humble. You think Michael the archangel is walking around with his pants sagging with some cocky ass attitude like nobody can tell me nothing in the world? Nah, man. When they come, when you look at the characteristics of these angels, when they come with a humble spirit. You know what I mean? Remember in Revelations when John the Revelator when an angel came to John the Revelator dropped to his knees. He was like, get up. I'm a man like you. He wasn't like, yes, I'm an angel. Stay down, nigga. He was like, get up. I'm your brother. You see, the Most High don't give a lot of our people the godlike powers because it gets to our people's head. Our people get in a position and they think, damn, man, I had to blaze this guy through the drive-through of the MacArthur Mall. I was like, yeah, man, I work here, because we got the little tag to go out, the little card. I was like, yeah, I work here, man. He was like, $1. He didn't even let me explain to him. He was like, $1. And I was like, bro, I'm trying to explain to you that I work here. He was doing the head, $1. I was like, this is how you deal with your people, man? He was like, yep, I got a job. I was like, so for $1, this is how you act. I said, you got no respect for your people. I said, that slave nigga mentality is what the problem with our people. I lit into this guy because I was like, damn, you're not gonna even let me explain. I work here. We work here. We got the pass. I was like, so I went out. I said, man, this is what you teach your damn kids. He was like, then he calmed down. I was like, here, man, take your $1. I said, it's Uncle Tom niggas like you is the problem with our people. Yeah, I had to hit that nigga, man. I was like, I'm not going to let them, because you know how when you in the right spirit, you in the right mode, you moving, and then this cat is like, he's shaking his head to like, before him, like, but it's niggas like him, it's women in the, what is the POs? Parole officers? Oh, they get in there, they put the black woman in there, they put the black men in there, and they're more ruthless than the white man in there. It's like, oh, you niggas is turned up, right? They ain't got no love. They don't see what compassion or lowliness for our people and say, man, he's having. You can still be strict. I get it. They're disgruntled, right? But you can still be strict, but show love to our people. But our people get in these positions and it's like, oh yeah, it's $9.35.04, 4 cents. Like, damn, I don't got the 4 cents. They look at you like, yeah, I can't lose my job. Like, 4 cents?
You better take something back.
Yeah. But that's been inbred in us, this lack of love, compassion, cockiness, because the white man's held everything, and when our people get a hold of it, they lose it. They're like, no, I get $13 an hour. You're not going to make me lose this job. I'm like, really? $13 an hour, that's your soul is bent on that. That's it. So it's a sickness, man. No, because I didn't get that because we're gonna be here all the whole time. You can get it though. Get it. Throw that one in there for you.
Ecclesiastes in the Apocrypha?
Yeah.
Verse 4.
Like I said, it's a lot of scriptures. I don't want to. On this topic, we can go the whole class. So we're trying to get out the other questions also. Go ahead.
Yeah. This is just to touch on that. Because like you had said, I was listening to the class on the way up here, and you can't give the most blatant way to say it is you can't give a nigga anything. Why? Because he's gonna act like a nigga,
right?
And he's gonna make boast that he is a nigga. Right? Go ahead, read the scripture.
Ecclesiastes chapter 11 verse 4. Boast not of thy clothing and raiment.
So this is the scriptures telling you not to boast on what you got. Just because you have a nice linen shirt, because you got silk. You got cotton. You got Egyptian cotton.
Yeah.
Right. The Most High is telling you don't boast on what you got. Go ahead.
And exalt not thyself in the day of honor.
And don't lift up yourself. If you are honored, if somebody does give you a compliment on what you got, don't lift yourself up and act like you're more than what you are. Just say thank you. That's it. Be humble. You know what? Oh man, yeah. My wife picked it out. It was a sale. A brother gave it to me. Thank you. That's all. That's all you got to do. Read.
For the works of the Lord are wonderful, and his works among men are hidden.
Go ahead. That was it.
Yeah. So, okay. So hopefully we answered that question. What's your name, brother? Tori. Bro, do you got any questions? Like I said, just raise your hand. We don't want to.
What was that scripture you just read? Ecclesiastes 11.
chapter 11 and verse 4.
Yeah. If you got anything, we're just going through these questions. I don't want you to feel like you can't ask. All right, go ahead. What else? What else we got?
Is there a proper or acceptable way to celebrate Hanukkah? If so, how do we do this? Also,
Who's asking that?
Aggie student?
Oh, yeah, we're going to go over that. We're going to go over the topic on Hanukkah. We got 3 more weeks to that. Aggie, he watches us, so that's why I'm talking like I know him. He's been watching us for a while. Yeah, we're going to go over that topic. Do this. If you want it now, find the link, put it in there for him on what we went over on Hanukkah, because we touch over this, obviously, many times. So we'll throw that link in there for you.
Is it a game show or a class?
It might be, I think it's a class.
Okay.
But yeah, celebrating what we do for Hanukkah. Remember, all these high holy days and feasts are based on gathering together. They're called holy convocations, which means a pure or righteous gathering. That's all convocation is a gathering of a people. So we come together and we gather and we commemorate. Remember, we don't have that original temple there. So what are we doing? We're symbolically remembering this time when the Maccabees took back the temple. So we get together, and it's really a gathering. I mean, what is this gathering about? It's a celebration, right? When you go into the reading, it's celebrating. We're celebrating and commemorating. So we're not going to all sit around in a circle and, drink tea and then look at each other with bare faces. We're going to have fun. We're going to celebrate. So we play the music, we eat, we pray to the Most High, we thank the Most High, we eat, we celebrate and commemorate for these 8 days. Was there a specific dietary? Anything in the law? It wasn't something specific that we're supposed to stick to eating. We cook, we feast, we celebrate. So when you go back to the Maccabees, that's really all it was. It was a commemoration that we took the temple back and we rededicated the temple. Okay? So we'll send you that, Aggie, so you can get that down. What else? That was it? Okay. Yeah.
I was going to, if you want to judge this 5 and 11, I had that calculated.
5 and 11.
Yeah, verse righteous acts, because you're just kind of going over.
You can read it. Go ahead and read it.
Judges chapter 5, verse 11. They that are delivered from the noise of archers in the place of drawing water,
Right.
there shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord.
And that's what we're doing. We're rehearsing these acts. Remember, because once again, we don't have the actual temple that we were rebuilded. We don't have that. So what we do, we go in and we do the convocation part, which is the gathering. And, we get together and commemorate. Listen, it was about us anyway, right? It was about our nation coming together, fulfilling the laws and commandments, taking back and dedicating what was ours. All right? So this is what we're doing. We're not doing Christmas. This is what we're doing. All right? Something meaningful. All right. Okay. Anything else online?
No.
Okay. Before we move on, I want to ask you one more time, brother. Did you have anything? Any question? Okay, you're good. All right. So if nobody has any other questions, we're going to go in on this. This is actually another question that I've been asked, and I'm just going to go into it in its entirety. All right.
Done.
So let's do that. I'm just trying to give you see if anybody else got anything online.
Aggie asks, are the Gentiles permitted to honor the high holy days of Israel?
Go back to, let's go to Leviticus. Let's go to, it's repeated so many times. Let's go to Exodus 12. Hold on a second. Let me see here. Go to Exodus 12 and read verse 19.
Exodus 12, verse 19. 7 days shall there be no leaven found in your houses. For whosoever eateth that which is leavened.
Hold on. Let's get something more direct. Go to Leviticus 19. No, go back. Hold on. Go back. Go back first, and then we'll go there. Go to Exodus 12, verse 43.
Exodus chapter 12, verse 43.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord said unto Moses and Aaron, This is the ordinance of the Passover.
Mm-hmm.
There shall no stranger eat thereof. But every man's servant that is bought for money, when thou hast circumcised him, then shall he eat thereof.
So this is the law of the strangers. Like when we did our high holy days, we did anything. If there were strangers, like this question's popped up, like, hey, my mom's an Edomite. You know what I mean? Hey, that's happening. You got moms like, what do we teach? You supposed to bang on your mom and be like, you the white devil. No, you got to honor your mother. You got to honor your father. I mean, obviously, if your father's an Edomite, you're an Edomite. But if your mom is an Edomite and she wants to partake in, what she got to do? She got to come correct. She got to come present herself the right way, right? She might want to come with y'all, celebrate. She got to honor the law. This was the law of the stranger. When they would come amongst us, they had to come correct. They had to be circumcised. They had to follow the laws. Any instance, and maybe we need to go over that again also, like the law of the strangers, how we dealt with them. Like remember when you got a woman that was of another nation, right? It was a law. You would like cut off her nails, shave her head. You know what I mean? Not saying we do that now. I don't want brothers to think you go out, that's how you get you a Gentile woman. No. I'm saying that according to the scriptures, we did that when any nations will come amongst us, they had to come the right way. All right. And I'm going to say it again. If y'all don't know, right now, you're supposed to be dealing with your nation, your people, your Israelite women, right?
Done.
Now, for the ones that come in are already married, that's a whole different situation. All right. We don't want brothers to think you're going to go out, get you a nice little almond-dyed beauty and then get away with it. The Most High don't want us integrating. Get you a nice white girl, a little milk of magnesia, and you think you just made it. No. You're supposed to be dealing with your women, your nation, all right?
I have a question.
Yeah.
I can tell she's Israelite. I
You-
can tell she was not Hamite.
You got to ask. You know,
Where she don't know.
then if she don't know, then how do we judge it? We can't judge. You see what I'm saying? I always use this example. We had a brother in Colorado that came in the truth, and he looked like the tribe of Issachar, but he didn't know his parents. What do? You can't judge by sight. You know what I mean? So you got to go with the Spirit. The Spirit bear witness who are his. You know what I mean? You can't just say, oh, you know what? You don't know. You can't make it in. No, you got to, okay, sit down, brother. Learn. Because the Spirit's going to determine what you are. Because we know that there's some dark-skinned people that might not be Judah. There's some light-skinned people that are Israelites that don't look like Israelites. So we go, and when we talk about this topic, this is what our school does. We deal with wisdom. We ask, hey, what's your father? Oh, he's black. Okay, I'm not going to tell you to go check your DNA. I'm going to judge you according to that, right? It could be an FBI agent just saying that, though, right? Be an Edomite. Will we ever know? No. So we just judge according to the Spirit. You know what I mean? Judge according to what you're telling us. For all we know, everybody in here could be white, right? We don't know. So we're going by what we're saying, right? Well, I know my father. You know your father? Yeah, my father is this and this and this from these people, a Native American or so-called Hispanic or so-called Negro. Okay, all right, well then you're of this tribe, right? I don't know my father. I was adopted, right? He don't know his he was average black man, right? Daddy wasn't around, right?
Done.
I mean, he looked Judah, right? But it's those cases that you're not going to know. You know what I mean? So you just, brother, come in, sit down, and the Spirit is going to bear witness with this Spirit who are his, like the scripture says. All right? You get that, right? Right. So read on. Where are we at?
That was like
Exodus chapter 12 and verse 40.
that was it. Finished at verse 44.
Right.
And then verse 45 was 8.
45. A foreigner and an hired servant shall not eat thereof.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
In one house shall they be eaten.
Mm-hmm.
Thou shalt not carry forth aught of the flesh abroad out of the house.
Go ahead.
Neither shall ye break a bone thereof.
Read.
All the congregation of Israel shall keep it.
Go ahead.
And when a stranger shall sojourn with thee.
So it's telling you how. You see how I said earlier, a stranger or foreigner shall not eat thereof. But then now it's going to tell us how. When a stranger or sojourner, go ahead.
And will keep the Passover to the Lord. That all his males be circumcised.
So it once again, it reiterates. It's a process. And to let them in and sit down. Now we know we ain't sitting down circumcising. Let's be real. We ain't making brothers come in and checking them. Brother, you circumcised? Are you under the covenant? We're not doing that. But I'm not saying, like Paul, I'm not saying not to get circumcised. I'm saying that's not the first thing we're doing to anybody. Like when you come in, the brother Lakarab, he was in the truth 5 years and then it came out. It was like, brother, you need to take care of that. That's the bond of the covenant. But we didn't hit him at the door like, check one thing. What's your DNA? 2, you circumcised? The Spirit comes out. It's going to bear witness. You got to let him get the word in his heart, and all those other carnal things is going to come out. Now, as far as the strangers, they can sit down there, shut up, listen, and move on. You know what I mean? And it's going to be like that. You're going to have mothers. You're going to have family members that are Caucasian or African or Chinese or, okay, yeah, you can come through. You can sit down. You can eat. You can partake. But make sure you don't come with no confusion or chaos. Yeah.
It's funny, you brought the way you're bringing it up, like how they come correct.
Yeah.
It reminds me of a story I read. I think it might have been in Exodus, or it was in the Old Testament, to where an Israelite woman had an Egyptian son.
Right.
And he blasphemed the name of the Lord, and they stoned him to death because he wasn't coming correct. So it just shows that they were around us.
Yeah.
They were amongst us, but it was like you had to be correct. You had to come in that spirit.
Right. Now go to the other one that you put, Leviticus 19 and 33.
Leviticus chapter 19, verse 33.
Uh-huh.
And if a stranger sojourn with thee in your land,
right,
ye shall not vex him. But the stranger that dwelleth with you shall be as one born amongst you.
Uh-huh.
And thou shalt love him as thyself.
Right.
For ye were strangers in the land of Egypt. I am the Lord your power.
Right. You know what the Bible is just showing us? Like, we weren't banging on the nations just because they were nations. You know what I mean? I say it again all the time. Did Solomon let the Queen of Sheba come to him? Or did she say, you dirty Ethiopian big head, don't come up in here? Nah, I don't want these gifts. They're from a heathen. Is that how we dealt? Okay, so when you look at the scriptures, it'll show us how we dealt. Brothers be on that, they be losing it because they're not looking at the whole Bible. Yes, we fought against the nations. Yes, we were not to make covenants and marry them. But as you look through the scriptures, we still dealt with them with wisdom. Right? Solomon, David, right? Come on, how many kings did David have infinities where they respected David and that followed to Solomon? We dealt with them with wisdom. So when they would come amongst us, they would deal correctly.
Aside from David's 33 mighty men, he had 600 Philistine bodyguards. He had 600 African personal bodyguards on call at every.
He was the king.
Anytime.
Yeah, and they were his servants. So now let's get this right. Does that mean they're going to get into the kingdom of heaven and be sipping at the cup with us? No. So let's not get it twisted. This is just right now. We're in the middle of this kingdom, and when nations come amongst us and we deal cordial, we deal with wisdom. But does that mean that they're not going to be punished, or they're not going to go through Isaiah 60 or Isaiah 14? That don't mean that. That don't mean that at all. So remember, the nations still have punishments and things coming to them. All right, and if I have to go through the scriptures to go through that also, we'll go through that. It doesn't mean that all of a sudden now they get a pass, a Hebrew Israelite pass, like, oh, you just like us. It don't mean that, because they got to go through what we went through. Do you get a pass, or you still a nigga? Spick, spook, quake bag, border jumper, right? I mean, did you get a pass? Hell no, you don't get a pass. They still look at you as what? You like your mammy, right? So they don't get a pass because what their forefathers have done. Could they help out? By all means, they're supposed to be helping out the nation of Israel. They're supposed to be feeding us. They're supposed to be blessing us with alms. They're supposed to be doing all these things. But a lot of these nations, they got to be humble, understand that this gift was given to Israelites. You got to say that. See, all the things what we talk about, we got to put that in there because, brothers, people get it misconstrued. Respect your mom if she's an Edomite. Respect your mom if she's another nation. But that don't mean that your mama ain't going to be checked like the other nations. Don't get it twisted. We got to, that's the hardness of it. All right, so finish that.
Ye shall do no unrighteousness in judgment, in meat yard, in weight, or in measure.
Right. So it's just, now it's going into something else, but it's showing you that when we deal with the nations, listen, the Bible even says, abhor not an Edomite. Why? Because the Most High didn't want us passing and taking out judgment on Esau. Because if you left it up to us right now, we take it in our own hands, right? Gather us together. If the scriptures didn't say vengeance is mine, come on, man. How many Hebrew Israelites would be gathering together with pitchforks and, coming together to try to fight the nation of the Edomites? Let's be real. I mean, you got some brothers right now like trying to, oh yeah, we're going to get prepared. Yahawah is going to do that by himself. You know what I mean? And we're going to go get the scraps of the nations. So I know all these variables we have to talk about because some brothers get it misconstrued. Oh, well, my mom can come sit down and eat. Yeah, she ain't getting into the kingdom. But at the same time, we're not supposed to go out there and be getting bats and pulling Esau out the car and hitting them with bricks. Hit him with a brick and start dancing, right? It don't supposed to be like that. So you got to go through these scriptures and understand what the Most High is doing, man. You know, greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. So we're going to function on a higher level. When we deal with Esau, we're respectful. We're cordial. We use wisdom. When we deal with a Hamite, just like David did, Solomon did, the priests, we dealt with these other nations. I mean, the Maccabees. Right? How did they deal with the Romans? Go back and read your Maccabees, bro. These cats, man, they had certain respects, certain leagues to where they were like, okay, y'all stay over there. We respect y'all and y'all power, but y'all don't come over here and mess with us on here. We have an agreement. So you got to go through the Bible and understand these things. What? Yeah, go ahead. Go there to Deuteronomy.
That's Numbers.
I'm sorry, Numbers what?
9 and 14.
Man, Numbers 9 and 14. Let's go there. Numbers 9 and 14. What's the last one?
Leviticus 19 and 33.
Right, we're going to Numbers 9 and 14.
Yeah.
Huh?
9 and 14.
Numbers chapter 9, verse 14. And if a stranger shall sojourn among you, and will keep the Passover unto the Lord, according to the ordinance of the Passover, and according to the manner thereof, so shall he do. Ye shall have one ordinance, both for the stranger and for him that is born in the land.
Yeah, so that's it. And is that any different than the future? No. When the nations finally get humbled and captivity and punishment goes forth, what are all the nations going to do after we let them out of slavery? Because they're going to serve bondage for a while. But after the bondage, what are they going to do? The whole world is going to follow the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. They're going to follow the laws. So it's nothing different than what we're going to do in the future. All right? So we got that, right? We got that. That don't mean if you have a nation family member that they all of a sudden get a pass into the kingdom because they sat down with y'all and ate some food. It don't mean that. All right? Isaiah 60, Isaiah 14 tells us the outcome of what's going to happen to the nations. All right? So is that it on that?
We have more.
What's that?
Was Yahawashi crucified on a cross like the Christian church says, or was he hung from a tree? I know this is off topic, so if we need to wait, I can.
No, this is good. I was looking at something the other day. Somebody was, you know, our people, they try to make everything like conspiracy theory. Was it really? And not the brother that's asking or the sister that's asking, but it's like, yeah, he was hung on a tree that was formed into a cross. The Romans, they not only crucified Yahawashi, they were crucifying millions of our people on crosses. That was their theme. It was the way, it was severe punishment to be crucified. You got to sit there and bleed out, right? And hang on a tree with all your weight pulling you down. It wasn't just Yahawashi. Now, the reason why it's worded like that is, one, Deuteronomy tells us the curse. Let's go there. Let's go to the curse. Then we'll go to Yahawashi. Then we'll go to the scriptures.
Deuteronomy chapter 21 verse 23.
Go there.
Deuteronomy chapter 21 and verse 23.
Mm-hmm.
His body shall not remain all night upon the tree,
Mm-hmm.
but thou shalt in any wise bury him that day.
Right.
Read
Wait.
that.
No. Read up a verse. Curse is. It should say curse is a.
Verse 22. And if a man hath committed a sin worthy of death,
No, it's the one that says curse is a man that hangeth on a tree.
Yeah, that was the 23 on down. It's getting.
It's getting there. Okay, my bad. Go ahead.
for he that is hanged is a curse of the Most High,
There you go. Go ahead.
that thy land be not defiled, which the Lord thy power giveth thee for an inheritance.
Right.
Galatians 3 and 13.
Yeah, Galatians 3 and 13. So y'all see that. The curse is that this curse Yahawashi was going to bear. Not only Yahawashi. I mean, think about all of our people. And when I say all of our people, look at all the tribes. Judah in the 60s, slavery, hanged. The Aztecs, the Mayan, the Incas, they were doing the same thing. They were hanging them from trees, cutting out their stomach, taking the babies, bashing them against the trees. The Taínos, the Boricuas, the Aztecs, the Incas, they were doing that. All the Spaniards did that. That was the curse of Deuteronomy. We would be hung on trees. Now, it didn't necessarily have to be one method. That was the curse. But it was on the trees, yeah.
Even when you get to history, like a lot of the rebellions against the Roman Empire, like Spartacus.
Yeah.
Spartacus, Crixus, and anybody that was alive, all crucified.
Oh, yeah.
Put in history. So it was actually a common form of execution. No different from like the electric chair or the needle.
Right.
Even
Right.
the scene of if you ever watch that Spartacus series,
They had them all lined
They
up.
had them all lined up down the road.
Yeah.
Just cross after cross.
Because
after cross.
that's what the Romans were doing. They were using that method to kill our people. Because it was a horrific method.
I think Tucson was
Crucified on the cross also?
I think so.
Who?
Who was it? Peter? Upside down cross?
Yeah.
He said, "Hang me upside down."
Yeah. Bro, Esau, man, they had no mercy. Right? And they continued that all the way through the ages. All right? Go ahead. Where you at?
Galatians chapter 3, verse 13.
Uh-huh.
Christ hath redeemed us from the curse of the law,
Right?
being made a curse for us, for it was written, cursed is every one that hangeth on a tree.
Right. He's quoting Deuteronomy. We just read it. Curse is every... Where are you at right now?
Galatians 3, verse 13.
Right. Curse is everyone that doeth what?
Cursed is every one that hangeth on tree,
Right.
that the blessing of...
That's verse 4.
Right. So, curse is everyone that hangeth on a tree. That tree was in Deuteronomy 21:23. Those trees was throughout history we've been hanged on. Yahawashi has bared that curse. So it's saying the tree because we know the cross was shaped in a tree. Go to John 19 verse 16. John 19 and 16. Y'all got some questions tonight.
John chapter 19 and verse 15.
16.
Verse 16.
Uh-huh.
Then delivered he him, therefore, unto them to be crucified.
Go ahead.
And they took Yahawashi and led him away.
Uh-huh.
And he buried his cross.
Yeah, I mean, it was a tree carved into a cross. He's finna be hung on the thing that he was carrying. Go ahead.
Went forth into a place called the place of a skull,
Uh-huh.
which is called in the Hebrew Golgotha.
Right. So, no, that word is not tree. It's literally cross because they were crossing you out. They were crossing you out. So that's, yes, he was on a tree that was formed into a cross. He bared the curse for Israel. All right.
So wearing your cross is not literally like some people wear a cross as a symbol for God. I told a guy at work, like, yeah, you might want to take that off because it's a symbol.
It's a symbol of death.
Yeah, of adultery. So
Yeah.
Would you wear a gun? Because that's a murder weapon. Would you
Right.
wear a gun symbol. If you had your brother got killed with a gun, would you wear that? And he was like, "This is me bearing my cross."
Yeah. Bearing the cross meant the duty
Right, the duty.
of what is going to undertake to get to the Most High. Right? So no, you don't got to do like those white boys that has a literal cross walking down the street. No. Or you don't have to, well, of course, we know the actual symbol itself was an instrument to put our Savior to death. That's dumb as hell for you to wear crosses. That's like you wearing, your bullet, the bullet that shot your cousin in the face.
Or wearing a noose.
Or wearing a noose. You wouldn't do that.
Right.
So my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. They're not getting that. And it's that Christianity mentality. Like, oh, you got to bear your cross. The Roman Catholic Church have intertwined and made you dumb to your own, to your own belief. Now you're bearing a cross that your Savior was on. Like, that's mockery. They're mocking us. Yeah.
I was gonna say it's just different wording too. If you get caught up in the wording, because even in Acts 5:30, it uses the wording that whom he slew and hung on a tree.
Right.
So I guess if you get caught up in the wording, it's like, but it's a tree like you just said.
Yeah, it's a tree that was
Across.
in a cross, exactly. But as we see, it's not complicated because when you go to the scriptures, it says cross, right? And it says tree. Why does the prophet speak to us and say tree? Because it's going back, it's bringing everybody back, the apostles, the holy prophets, back to the curse. So they spiritually can look back and say, dang, this is what Moses told us in the wilderness, that this was going to happen. So they're referring back to the law also. All right. What else we got on there?
That was it.
That was it? That was a good one. Yeah, that was a good one. All right. Yeah, so you don't need to get caught up on that, man, and get even if you look up that word, like if you look up the word cross, let's go here to cross in the Greek. It says a stake or post as set upright, that especially a pole or cross is an instrument of capital punishment. Right? Like what it is a stake or a pole, right?
I got you.
Yeah. This is in the Greek. You see that? So you had the pole and it was cross you out. Yeah. You got something else?
Yeah, this is in the Webster's 1828.
There you go.
It says a gibbet consisting of two pieces of timber placed across each other, either to form a T or of an X.
Right. Yeah, because they will cross you out, man. Take your life on that. All right. So, all right. Nothing else we got on there? I mean, y'all know how I'm going to do. I'm not going to go over a whole class in 30 minutes. So we only got 30 minutes. It's 8:30. We end at 9. So we're going to keep going with questions. If y'all don't got no questions, we're going to end class early. I'm not going to just go into something just to go in it. Yeah.
I know we were talking about the crossing, the season that we are in, 19. So did Pilate, literally was a person that was beating Jesus, or was it somebody else? Or he had someone? Because when he said, I wash my hands of this, so was he washing his hands saying more in the fact of he was actually beating him, or was he washing it mainly saying...
I got no part in that.
No part, okay.
I got no part in this because he was continually asking them, trying to figure a way out. Right?
Sure.
You can see this is crazy because now you got this Edomite trying to say, okay, this cat, y'all are bringing this guy up on charges, and I can't see nothing, but they wanted to put him to death, so they kept looking. Now, that ain't on me, right? What? What do we got? You get that right, Ak? That it wasn't that he had actually. I mean, think about it, Ak. When you go to court, does the judge take you to the back? Does he get off his judgment seat, go back there, put you in chains, right? No. Another thing, go to just to further edify. I know it's kind of simple, but go to agree with thy adversary quickly, because it's going to tell you the process that they had back then. Okay, it's the same thing today. I know it's easy, it's simply understood, but just for scripture point to answer your question, this will help it answer it.
Matthew 5, verse 25.
Go ahead and read that and read down.
Agree with thine adversaries quickly,
right?
Whilst thou art in the way with them.
Well, one of our favorite scriptures, right? We tell brothers, when the devil pull you over, don't sit there and roll down the window a little bit. I know my rights. I don't have to raise down the window with your cell phone camera, right? You know what I mean? Talk about I know my rights and think you're a sovereign in some madness. He's gonna tap that window, sir. Pull down your window. We're gonna drag your black ass out this car, sir. They're not, bruh. Stop it. Do what the Bible says. Yes, officer. When they pulled me over, I rolled down all the windows in the car to let them know they're safe and nobody's gonna blow out their teeth, right, out of the back of their head. Oh, when they see that, they say, okay, this cat's respectful. Use wisdom. Officer, was I speeding? Nah, I wasn't speeding. Why you put me over? That's what I'm saying. You do that foolishness. The car smells like a pound of weed. You got a gun under the seat. Then you got a ticket. It's like, man, Israel, they don't get it, right? Agree with your adversary. Use wisdom. Go ahead.
Least at any time the adversary deliver thee to the judge.
You do what?
deliver thee to the judge.
So that's the process. Pilate was the judge. Go ahead.
And the judge deliver thee to the officer.
Then the judge will take you to the officer. So no, Pilate, and they weren't doing that level of like even beating Yahawashi. They had servants, they had people to do that. Go ahead.
And thou be cast into prison.
Right?
Verily I say unto
You see
thee,
that? So even in there, from the judge to the officer to the prison, now you got the prison guards taking care of you. It ain't the bailiff no more, right? When you get locked up, you go to the officer, and the bailiff, he docks you. Then they take you into the back, and then the officers take care of you. So just showing you the process. What else we got, sis?
The question: I have a T-shirt and a chain with Yahawah and Yahawashi's name in the paleo Hebrew. Is that unlawful?
No. Images, once again, images, let's go there. Go to Leviticus. A lot of people do this. They're like, I got remember this is in the scriptures, right? The ephah, right? You get caught up. There was a few years back that everybody was tripping over images because they was on YouTube, and then YouTube was going through all the symbolism and things of that nature, and they really lost it. We wore images. We had images. You know what I mean? You had images all through the temple. Understand what Solomon had in there. We had the ark is a whole image of angels.
The mercy seat.
The mercy seat
with
the angels covering their face.
God.
We had images. We had pictures. We weren't supposed to worship them. That's it. You can have a picture of your mom, right? You weren't supposed to make these engraven images, then now bow to them. That's the only issue that was the problem. But look through all the scriptures, man. We had images. There was nothing wrong with them. We had graven images. What do you think the temple was filled with? Graven images, lions, angels. But we weren't bowing to none of those angels. That's why the mercy seat itself, nothing was on it. Because we psychologically understood that's where the Most High would sit. But there was no image of the Most High there. You see what I'm saying? So, did we have images of the 12 apostles or prophets? Go back and look into we don't got it up here, the Russian icons. Bro, we painted images all in the catacombs of black men. Yahawashi being black. The apostles being black. The angels being black. But we didn't bow to those images in the catacombs. It was just imagery showing how they looked. So yeah, we had images. What you got?
That was I just had Exodus 24.
Yeah, go there.
Exodus 24.
Exodus chapter 20, verse 4. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above,
Right.
or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them.
You see that? That you got to read it together, because if you read the first part and leave it, it's like, bro, you don't supposed to have no images. No, it's okay to have images. Now, obviously, you got to use wisdom. I'm not going to sit up here with a Baphomet image because what it represents. So certain things represent certain things. Like the rainbow, is that an evil image? But if I came up here with a rainbow shirt, what you gonna think? You're gonna be like, whoa, bro, what's up with that rainbow shirt? Oh, Ephraim had a coat of many colors, brother. Yeah, but imagery now says a lot of things. So obviously you wouldn't come up with a rainbow shirt, right?
That's why, just like I was talking to my rib the other day because we were talking about stones.
Yeah,
I like my birthstone. I love my birthstone, but I seen it in the copper. I was with you the other day. And I seen it in the copper bracelet, and it had my birthstone, which is January.
Yeah,
and it was wrapped real nice, and I was like, damn.
But then people are gonna think you celebrate birthdays. People are gonna think you go you're worshiping the stone.
Right.
Now we know we don't care. It's a stone, right?
It looks nice. That's it.
And the only reason I can wear this because everybody knows. Okay, that's the stones that were in the ephod, right? But if we had stones around, brothers would be like, what's that about?
When we start doing that?
Yeah, when we start doing, see, and that's why it says, let's go to Ecclesiasticus. Finish that real quick and then we'll get the other one.
Bow down, thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them.
Right.
For I am the Lord thy power. I, the Lord thy power, am a jealous power.
Right, I'm a jealous power. So, 1 Thessalonians 5:22. Yeah, so we're not supposed to be bowing down to these images. And yes, we're not supposed to use your brains. If something represents something evil, nowadays you're not going to wear that. You're not going to wear the devil on your chest or a 5-point star because you know what it represents.
Right. When we moved down to Houston, me and the brother Jeremiah, we were rocking. We got clothes given to us, and we were rocking the skulls.
Right.
And we had to change that imagery because we know we're Hebrew Israelites, but
what does the skulls represent?
Yeah, you got to look at what what the skulls represent, and you up there draped out trying to talk the Bible, but they're looking at you like
you got skulls. You got like. What is this? Some demonic? Cut all that. You know what I mean? Yeah. So read that.
1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 22.
Go ahead.
Abstain from all appearance of evil.
What?
Abstain from all appearance of evil.
Right. Abstain from all appearance of evil. So that being said, as we do have images and things of that nature, you got to be clear. You know, if we have an image, we haven't put none up in here because we're still painting. But we have images of Christ and the angels. We got to let people know that ain't Christ. That's just imagery. Because people think that. When we go on the street, we got to let them know this is a better depiction of what Christ will look according to the Bible. But that's not Christ. You know what I mean? Because then they get caught up into that. You see what I'm saying? So then they like, okay, that's exactly how Christ looked. It's not. You got to watch people, man. People simple-minded. And then they might look at it the wrong way. So you got to abstain from the appearance of evil. So that's why we won't wear. It's not that colors are evil. A rainbow's not evil. It's the mind of the people that made it evil now. They're walking down butt naked with thongs on and butt naked having a parade, and their image is what the Most High gave us in the sky. That's powerful. You took the image of the Most High that he gave to represent that there would be no more death by water. And you made that an image of homosexuality. Bruh. Whew. That show you that the power of imagery and of things. You know what I mean? That the wicked can do and what they have done. So keep that in mind. Abstain from all appearance of evil. Did you have anything else on that?
no.
No. Okay. Did we have anything else?
I want to make sure that the teeshirt and chain weren't taking the Most High's name in vain.
Nah, you're not taking the Most High's name in vain. No. Take the Most High, the way you take, look up the word vain. Let me show you something. Taking the Most High's name in vain. Look at the word vain. Yeah, exactly. Right? Watch, read this. Come on.
There's a few different.
Yeah, let's get to the point though.
But definition 3 says, having no real value, idle, worthless.
There you go. So when you speak about the Most High, you're not supposed to speak in the context of the Most High's name being worthless, right? You see that? Simple. That's what it means by taking the Most High's name in vain. You're using it in these different contexts that has to do with vanity, foolishness, or wickedness. That's taking the Most High's name in vain. Go ahead.
Definition 2 of Webster, it says in vain, in an irreverent or blasphemous manner.
There you go. Irreverent or blasphemous manner. Not by wearing something. You're not gonna unless you're wearing something demonic or evil and you know it's perceived to be that, then the perception of what you are, because a man is known by, give me that one real quick.
Ecclesiastes chapter 19 and verse 29.
Yeah.
A man. Oh, you got it?
No. You're right.
I already hit him.
Yeah, he had his gun cocked on that. Cats was war ready over here, man. Hey, you're supposed to. The Most High said like a polished shaft, like a polished sword. Come on, read that.
Ecclesiastes chapter 19 and verse 29. A man may be known by his look,
Right?
and one that hath understanding by his countenance.
Yeah, so you got to watch what you wear, but that's not you taking the Most High name in vain. You can, if you start using the Most High's name wrong, blaspheming, not giving the Most High's honor, and you know how they use the word God? Remember, we don't look at him as that word. His name, we don't look at that, but they use that. God damn! Whoa!
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ, Joseph, Mary, like Lord have mercy. Like that's like if that's why his real name you don't use like that. You ain't saying that madness. Yeah, it's too powerful. You can't even formulate it like that anyway. And
That
they
doesn't
look,
even come to mind. You ain't gonna say nah.
yeah, you're not gonna say it. You're not gonna.
Try to, it just don't.
Right, but their little English words, and remember, we know that his name is not Jesus Christ. Those are Greek formations, English formations. That's not his name. We only say that to relate to y'all who we're talking about, because you don't know his real name. A lot of you don't. So, I mean, obviously we do in here, but I'm just saying online people don't. You know what I mean? They're like, who's Yahawah? That's his Hebrew. Right. That's who he really is when you read this in Hebrew. Right? So, you're not going to take his name in vain unless you're doing those things. Blaspheming, not giving the Most High homage, and speaking his name out of course like these Gentiles do when they say things like goddamn and whatever other things they say. All right? Finish that.
When thou meetest him.
Right. So, as far as what you're wearing, yeah, you watch what you wear. You watch and make sure your appearance ain't representing a homosexuality. Right? Drug dealer. Remember, you are how you dress is what people are gonna look at you as. If I come in here, I'm a Hebrew Israelite, and my pants are down to my knees, you're gonna be like, damn, that's what Hebrews do. How's he a priest with his pants down to his knees? You know what I mean? Or if I came in here with my lips all buttered up, right, with my top lip shaved, you're gonna be like, something about this brother that's real funny. Not so, Lord. Right? You're like, hold on a second. He got butter on his lips? Right. How you walk, talk, and dress is how people going to look at you for what you represent. You know, when we talk about the topic, when we didn't go into it, we'll probably go into it tomorrow. When you look at a whore, and you can't say, well, I'm not a whore, but you dress like one. If you see a police officer, how do you know him? How do you know a doctor?
By his uniform.
By his uniform. You know Hebrew Israelite by their uniform. Now we have our regular clothes, and we have our fringe shirt, but that's how you know. Oh, that's a Hebrew Israelite.
That's how Yahawah said, look at Nathan, a Hebrew Israelite indeed.
A man with no guile. So, you know, how you dress, you're representing. So you wouldn't be taking the Lord's name in vain by dressing like a Hebrew. Right? There's nothing wrong with that. The Hebrew words is our language. There's nothing wrong with that. The Most High's name on your chest. Ain't no vain, nothing going on with that.
But not tattooed though, right? Not tattooed.
That's against the law. You already know.
Because you know, certain people try to do that stipulation. Well, it's in Hebrew.
Yeah, it's in Hebrew. No.
It's in Hebrew. No.
The scriptures say you don't supposed to mar. And granted, there's brothers in here that came in like that. We don't make them go laser them off. So if you see that, there's some thugs, ex-thugs in here, ex-killers, ex-drug dealers. We all come from dirt. But yeah, you don't supposed to be tattooing nothing on your body. Yeah.
they had a few books. One is Hebrews to West Africa before they got us into slavery.
Yeah.
One of the things that they observed, or the explorer that was writing the accounts back to the England and all that.
Yeah.
Is that they said that they knew we were Hebrews because we would have like a priest-like figure, and he would have the tetragrammaton written on his forehead.
Nice.
Yeah, it's in the book I have at home.
Nice.
They had the tetragrammaton.
Yeah, because we would do like the so-called Jews. What they would do is they put the Most High's name, put it in a box, and wrap it around their head. That came from us. That's what we would do. But they stole that. You see them doing all that over on the Wailing Wall with the box on their head. That's supposed to be like the Most High's name or the Torah written on it in it. But they stole that from us. So there's nothing wrong with the Most High. Listen, we have garments. I started to get into it. I didn't even put my headband on. But we got brothers with their names in Hebrew, the Most High's name in Hebrew on their headbands, on their clothes. We got to represent, man. You know what I mean? You wear Nike, you wear Adidas, all these symbols on you, and they come from Thor, Zeus, ideology. And I'm not gonna get over righteousness now. Tell y'all to throw your Nikes away and your Adidas away. I'm just saying that all these symbols, they come from somewhere also. So there's nothing wrong with you putting the symbol of the Most High back on you. All right?
I got the menorah on the back of my shirt.
Exactly. Exactly. Right? The Lion of the tribe of Judah. Nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Not saying we bow to lions. You know what I mean? It's not saying you bow to the 6-point star, the Star of David. It's a symbol that was known the Jews wore. So it's things like that, man, that, you're not doing nothing in vain. So is that it on that?
He didn't finish.
Go ahead, finish it.
Verse 30.
Uh-huh.
A man's attire and excessive laughter and gait show what he is.
Yeah, bro. How you walk. Your gait is how you walk. Better watch how you walk. Because it shows what you are. You know what I mean? If I come in here dragging my leg all, you know what I mean? Like I'm ex-pimp killer. You're going to be like, this nigga's an old school pimp. He's like, whoa, what's up with that lean? You know what I mean? Or if my butt is tucked and I'm walking all weird, you're going to be like, oh. It might be funny, but listen, come on now. Y'all know this. We know people, how they walk, talk. We know it very well because when we sell oils, we spot you from the end of the mall. We can see if your lips glowing. You got your bag on you like this. We know, okay, all right. We know from a few yards down the way. We walk. We can see a Hebrew Israelite. They see us. They're like, oh, I see your fringes. Right? This is how we know. So be careful with that. Other than that, if you're carrying out the laws of the Most High, you're just. All right, what else?
That was it.
Is that it online?
Oh, we have more.
Okay, go ahead.
Thanksgiving is a no-no for Israelites due to recent historic implications in the Americas, correct? Is an evil Thanksgiving-like feast covered in the Bible? What does the Bible say about such celebrations?
Well, when we started to get into disowning the feast of the Most High, Amos spoke about that. When we start celebrating and trying to worship other gods and feasting to other gods, yes, the Bible talks about that. So, first of all, Thanksgiving commemorates the slaughter of 77 million North American Indians, your people. Because a lot of y'all that think y'all Judah be straight up Gadites, Reubenites. Y'all just grew up. At one time, I thought I was black. Till my father was like, he was like, no, my dad, his dad was Cherokee. But his dad was like black as you. When I seen him, I was like, I'm thinking I'm black. He was like, no, we natives. You know what I mean? Because when you go back in our line. But, you got to see that this day commemorates death. Right? Now, let's think about that just on believing on Yahawashi, or like a Christian, right? Believing on Jesus Christ, right? Why would you want to celebrate a day that commemorates the death of a people? You're supposed to be righteous. You're supposed to be God-fearing, right? Well, it's because they manipulated you to think that it was a day of goodness. But if you just do a little reading, you will see that this day represents the death of our people. That is disgusting. You got to be the dumbest nigga on earth to celebrate and sit down on that day. You know what I mean? It's dumb. That's like we murdered your family, and then a few hundred years later, you gonna sit down with me? I walk in the house, shoot your mom in the face, brothers and sisters, wipe them out, and then 100 years later, you sit down with me and say, yeah, let's give thanks. Yeah, let's have some turkey. Only Uncle Tom's slave niggas do that.
Let's eat some ham and give thanks to God.
Because they've been molded to love their captors. They've been molded to love the ass whooping that has been given by this beast.
It's called Stockholm Syndrome.
Yeah, exactly. So, no. This is why we don't celebrate it. Biblical standpoint, it's the same thing. We started worshiping gods, sacrificing our children to these gods and other nations and idols. And what did Amos say? Go ahead.
Amos chapter 5, verse 21.
Go ahead.
I despise your feast days.
Yeah, the Most High hates your feast days. Because they've been turned into wickedness. Right? Give me the one in Isaiah 66, behind the grove. Sacrifices swine's flesh. Go ahead and finish reading. Come on, you stay where you at. I'll let him get it. Go ahead.
I will not smell in your solemn assembly.
Yeah, I despise your feast days. He's not, your little Thanksgiving turkeys and your bacon and your little fake grins and fake joy. Our people's ignorant as hell. And it's disgusting. American tradition is disgusting. I was thinking about that the other day. I'm sick and tired of they damn smirks on the holidays and their blindness to what the facts are. It's like, and then when you, and I'm not saying you got to be angry or mad about like walking around like F y'all. I'm just saying that we got to be awake. You know what I mean? They come with that matter. I told you how I hit them at the bank. They know not to ask me, oh, how's your holidays? Don't ask me that no more. I'm like, first of all, I'm Native American. That's offensive. Right? You're offending me. You know what I mean? Like, do I look like Joe Dummy? Why would I sit down with you people that killed my people?
That's right.
Don't make no sense. Right? But that's what they want to make you feel bad because you ain't sitting down and being stupid and ignorant like them. Right? What?
I just had a moment with a parent-teacher conference, and the teacher was like, it would be nice if you tell your son, to keep it to himself about Santa.
Right.
He was like, Santa's not real. And or he was saying that out loud, so the teacher's like, it would be nice if you tell him to keep it. I was like, no, that's not, it's not fair that the other kids are over here parading Santa.
There you go.
He's bigger than Jesus.
Right.
I can't say.
Nah, hell nah. He's a kid. Blame it on that. He's a kid. He's going to tell them.
Right.
You know what I mean? But they want to make us feel bad for standing bold for righteousness. That's the thing that makes it, I've been angry about. Is like everything that we do, your little manipulative game don't work on us. Now it's like, oh, what's wrong with you? Nothing. I'm awake. I'm aware that you're like the lies you tell. Like, I'll just change it. You got time? Because I'll tell everybody. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, well, let's start with the murder. You know what I mean? And this is why Columbus Day is now, the indigenous are fighting against this, because this was a day of death. I'll educate everybody in a civil, wise manner, though. You know what I mean? Just to show them, like, your games don't work on me no more. I am plugged. And they hate that. Back to the point. I despise your feast days. Right? Go ahead.
And I will not smell in your solemn assembly.
The Most High is not smelling the cakes and the happiness and the joy. He's not smelling that because it's not of him. It's not righteous. Go ahead.
Though ye offer me burnt offerings.
Oh, everybody, let's hold hands around the table. We're going to pray, thank the Lord for this bountiful meal. You know what I mean? No, he's not smelling at your Thanksgiving. He's not smelling that in your Halloweens and your birthday cakes, and he's not smelling this. He's not hearing you, right? That's why your house is getting burnt up during these holidays. The tree is burning y'all down because the Most High is not with it. Go ahead.
And your meat offerings.
Yeah, and your meat offerings. Oh, we're going to thank the Lord for this turkey today. Oh, fake ass. Then they dropped the series on there. They put it on the cartoons, and they just force this madness down your throat. And when you're standing for boldness and righteousness and common sense, now it's like you're the problem. No, your lies is a problem. No, I'm gonna keep telling my kids the truth. Let me ask you a question, teacher. Do you want my kid to tell you lies, or do you want him to tell you the truth when he eats the glue? Which one? Did little Aria, did you eat the glue? You want him to lie or not? Well, no, I want him to tell the truth. So why you get mad for me to telling him? See, common sense will blow their damn brains out. They're like, well, yeah, okay then. He's gonna tell the truth because that's what I'm teaching my kid, telling the truth, right? And that's when they look at you like, okay, this nigga's awake. This is something's going on here. Yes, we're not stupid coons anymore. We're not just wetbags anymore and border jumpers. And that's what we're supposed to be teaching them. I tell my kids the same thing. We got to wake these people up. And those kids, they start to think. They start to be like, really? Go back home and, yeah, Santa's not real.
I had a lady at work, one of the managers. She was leaving out for a vacation, starting her Thanksgiving holiday vacation. She was like, happy holidays to you. I was like, is it a happy holiday?
Right. Is it really?
And I just walked away, and she looked at everybody like, why did he just say that? I just said it because literally walked away from it. I was like, is it a happy holiday?
Yeah, man, it's crazy. And then they got that other one coming up with it to fake like it's for black folks.
Kwanzaa.
It's like you just made this up out of nowhere. Oh, it wasn't at me at all? It wasn't at us?
It wasn't at all.
Oh, okay, I got you. All right. Go ahead, Og, read on.
I will not accept them, neither will I regard the peace offerings of your fat feast.
The Most High is not accepting them. So, go ahead.
Take thou away from me the noise of thy songs.
And that's all they got in the mall. You know, we got our little business in the mall, and that's all they got. All the holiday. You get all the songs, you get all the music, and then next thing you know, you start, you know what I mean? You're like, wait, why am I singing this? What the? You're like, because the Matrix is pumping in your head, 'tis the season. You know what I mean? 'Tis the season to be jolly. So we over there in the mall playing with it too. We're like, yeah, come on over, man. Come get an oil from us. 'Tis the season, right? You niggas like spending money, wasting your money on madness, right? Come on over here, right? Because this is that time to be broke. Then afterwards, they end up being broke, be angry, right? America, man, is beautiful at throwing stuff in their face, man, and showing you how ignorant you are too.
They jolly off all the money.
Yeah, that's their jolly. They're jolly. Yeah, we finna get paid. The banks, the economy's finna go up, right? The corporations is getting rich, and that's what we're jollying after. We're like, okay, these people are so ignorant behind this. We gonna take advantage like Esau's doing. You know what I mean? 'Tis the season. Look, we got it over here. Stocking stuffers, right? Come take advantage of it. Because that's how Esau does us. Right? And our people go right along with it.
You want Jeremiah 14 and 12?
Yeah. Jeremiah 42. Mm-hmm. No, finish that though. Finish that real quick. Did you finish it? Go ahead.
For I will not hear the melody of thy violence.
Yeah, the music, the dancing, the singing. Go ahead.
But let judgment run down as waters, and the righteousness as a mighty stream.
That's what the Most High wants. He wants judgment. He wants righteousness. I don't want to hear these feast days and false customs, right? Mm-hmm. Is that one we want next?
I got this one.
Go ahead. Go there real quick, and then we'll jump back.
Isaiah chapter 66 and verse 17.
Isaiah 66 and 17. Y'all, these are good questions.
Isaiah chapter 66, verse 17.
Go ahead.
They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens behind one tree in the midst.
And this is where this customs are, that this is what they involved. Yeah, you're first of all, the birthday cake is to the moon. It's to the sun. It had nothing to do with, like, think about it. Where did birthday cakes come from? Like, who said on your birthday you got to have a cake? And why it got to be round? Why you got to? You see that? That's to the moon. That's to the sun. This was a heathenistic custom. Why are you baking cakes and cooking and doing all these things on these days? Because their customs is to worship their gods. Now, our custom was to worship the Most High. Difference. Idolatry, false gods, and worshiping the unseen God. The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Difference. So we weren't supposed to, when it goes into the trees, that was straight worshiping these stocks and trees like you're finna do for not us, but like they're finna do for their Christmas. Right? They go behind the trees and they worship these trees. Go ahead.
Eating swine's flesh.
And what did it? What just has to be there?
Honey glazed ham.
Honey glazed ham.
You gotta have some chitlins.
If you in Texas, it's gonna be some chitlins. It's gonna be some crawfish, right? It's gonna be some defiled food.
You gotta have the what is it? The catfish.
Oh.
Catfish nuggets. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You gotta have with a cake, shrimp.
You gotta have the shrimp. And niggas think they eating it up too. They eating it up too, right? They having fun with it.
It don't even match.
It don't. But that's what they do. It's a custom from the past. It's a custom from the old days. Every time Esau comes in, their nation always had to. It said in the temple they sacrificed swine's flesh in the temple. Why? Why were you giving chitlins and pig tongue, pig feet? You know what I mean? It's slavery. Because that's what they do. They know this is against you. So we got to defile you and defile your spirit. And they were doing it to other gods. Go ahead.
And the abomination. And the mouse.
The mouse. What was the mouse again? We looked that up. What is Isaiah what?
66 verse 17.
Right, because the mouse was something also. Let me get it. Go ahead, read on.
Shall be consumed together, said the Lord.
Right. Isaiah 66:17. I'm sorry. It forgot slipped my mind here. The mouse in the secondary sense attack a mouse nibbling. It's something else. It was a It says it's spider, a weaving of network, spider. I thought when we looked up the mouse, I have to double check on that. I thought it was something else. Right, what else you got? Is that it? Okay, jump where you at. Let's
Jeremiah 14 and 12.
Go ahead. Jeremiah 14 and 12.
So this is the consequences of what's going to happen when you partake of these things. This is how the Most High feels when you're partaking of these things.
Yeah, listen, for the sister that asks about what is it to be a whore, we're going to go over that tomorrow. We don't got no questions, so fret not. We got that class prepared. All right? We'll go over that topic. And the one she sent me, if that doesn't suffice, I'll go over that topic for you too also. All right? Go ahead.
Jeremiah chapter 14 verse 12. When they fast, I will not hear their cry.
Yeah, the Most High is not. He's not with you even when you're at your lowest estate. If you're trying to do it in likeness for the holiday. So if you're a beggar on the street and you're starving and you're trying to get that little Thanksgiving dinner or that Christmas dinner, the Most High, He's still not going to hear that. He's still not going to cry or bend an ear to your begging and your pleading to celebrate a day that the Most High hates. Go ahead.
And when they offer burnt offering and an oblation,
So when they gather around the table, they everybody has to have a turn in where they say thanks and what they're thankful for, and then we're gonna thank God and we're gonna say this high holy prayer. No, the Most High is not with it. You could burn incense, you could burn candles, you could face. They're not gonna face the least, but whatever American customs that they try to do to honor the Most High on these days, He's not listening.
Oh.
Go ahead.
I will not accept them.
He's not going to accept it. It's an abomination to him. When you read Proverbs 15, hold that. Give me Proverbs 15 and 18.
Proverbs, what's that?
15 and 8. I'm sorry.
Because I was just, is that the one I was going to get? Oh, yeah, that one's, okay. Con. Something just hit me too.
Oh, you got them all whirling? Go ahead, grab that. Read that.
You got to read loud and powerful, my wallet. You got it?
Time.
What is it?
Proverbs 15 and 8.
Right.
Yeah.
Read with your big voice. Come on.
The sacrifice of the wicked is an abomination to the Lord.
So the sacrifice, this oblation, this commemoration of the wicked, is an abomination. It's a deep-seated, fueled hatred that the Most High has.
Yeah.
Makes his blood boil, like boiling water on a stove when you hear it. That's how the Most High feels when you're trying to commemorate and make a prayer and make a fast to him. Read it.
But the prayer of the upright is a delight.
All right, that's it on that. Go ahead.
I will not accept them.
So the Most High is not going to accept it. Why? Because it's an abomination. Your abomination. Go ahead.
But I will consume them by the sword.
But you know what? Since you want to catch my attention and you want to show me that you're disrespecting anything that I told you not to do, guess what? I will consume you with the sword. I got something real for your butt in these hands. That's what I do, guy. Go ahead.
And by the famine, and by the pestilence.
Okay, you think you're eating good now, but guess what? You're gonna get gout. You're gonna get high blood pressure. You're gonna get destroyed. Your house is gonna burn down from this dry tree, taking up space. Right? You're gonna go bankrupt, and you're not gonna have anything to pay for your bills. Why? Because you spent all your damn money on the kids, thinking that gifts and fortune was the way to feed your family.
Yeah, lies. Falsehood, corruption. Proverbs 11:23, 11:21. Proverbs 11:21. I don't know why I couldn't find that one.
Proverbs chapter 11, verse 21.
Go ahead.
Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished.
Yeah, just because you hold hands, man, across your table and pray, the scripture said the prayer of the wicked is an abomination. Mm-hmm. You know, you're doing something wicked and thinking the Most High is with it just because you're praying. It says abomination. So, yeah, the Most High is definitely not with these customs and days outside of what he gave us. We were supposed to follow what the Most High set up, right? Passover, Feast of Unleavened Bread, First Fruits, Day of Atonement, Hanukkah, Feast of Tabernacles. Right? These are the days the Most High set up for us, not what America did. Yeah.
Ecclesiastes 7 and 2 be applied to.
Let's go there. What you got? Is it on point?
God.
Go ahead.
It is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting.
No, why you put that one?
Because it's, I feel like in this particular holiday, we should be mourning.
Right.
We should be mourning for the 77 million Native Americans that lost their life. We're giving smallpox blankets. You should be. I would think, man. Even this year, I was thinking about maybe just even fasting for this because it's sad, man. 100+ million of my ancestors that were brought, from the West Coast of Africa and made to serve slavery.
But then again, listen, we'd be fasting. We'd be throwing dirt on our head like we always been doing, which is. It ain't only the Native Americans. Come on, think about how many Negroes in America have been murdered, killed all the way to this day. You'll be fasting till Yahawah get back. Like, think about it. Like, Khan, I get what you're saying, right? But, bruh, we die. The righteous are dying daily for no reason. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Well, let us do this. Let us follow the commandments. Follow the customs that the Most High are instilling in us, The things that the Most High laid down. That's what we're supposed to be doing.
Right. Seek you out of the book of the Lord and read. None of these things shall want to make.
Yeah.
Nothing else can compare to what these scriptures. Once we follow these scriptures, nothing.
Yeah, all that madness they're doing ain't got nothing to do with us. Let them do their thing. Is that it?
There's more questions.
Okay, well, it's 9. If we don't get all of them, I'll do one more. Remember, y'all know the deal. Tomorrow we're going to do the same. You know we like when you come with questions, it kind of mixes these classes up a little bit. Go ahead.
This is kind of long.
Yeah.
My children goes to their parents' house on the weekends once or twice a month. But they have been taking them to church with them. This has been against my wishes since I've been learning the truth. Should I just keep them from going over there altogether, even though they try to spend time with my kids? I don't want to be held accountable if that's what's going on. If that's what's going to happen.
Right. So this is her parents?
Her grandparents. Or grandparents.
Oh, yeah. Kill that noise. Kill that noise. Listen. And I know you're already listening, but I got to say it again. It's an inside joke. Y'all got to understand, man. My kids, and I'm going to go to the scriptures, but I'm just showing you example also. My kids, they didn't get a chance to go see their parents, their grandma. They try to cooking up damn stew with shrimp in it. You know what I mean? Try to get at till they were older. Why? Because the scriptures say, train up a child in the way he shall go. If you got kids, you were supposed to grab a hold of their mind now. Don't wait. My kids are born free Hebrew Israelites in this kingdom, not celebrating Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween. They know Santa's alive. They don't give a dang about none of that. But yet and still, they wicked grandparents want to what? Know damn well they don't eat pork. So what they'll do is get pork on the half a side of the pizza, where the juices are flowing over to the other half of the side, and get the kids to eat. But my kids know, I don't want none of that, because you guys got pork on it. Well, it's not on that side. I don't want none of that. But it took them to get to a certain age. You're training up a child in the way he shall go. You got to remove them from that influence, or else Satan is going to throw the option of the doubt there. It's more fun when I go around my grandparents, right? They start breaking all the damn rules. When they supposed to be locked into what the hell you want as a parent. You got to grab hold of your children now and understand that they're going to give me the bewitching real quick. Yeah, the bewitching of naughtiness, the obscure. Give me that one real quick, and give me where you at right now.
2 Corinthians 6:14.
Just as we go about this, because you get me hyped. You get us hype in here, and I got like a lot of scriptures in my head. But you got to save your kids, man. Remember that, right? Save the kids. You better save your kids. Grandparents, they got to respect what you want and what you do, or they don't get to damn see none of them. You get to see them when they're 18. Because why? We don't celebrate Christmas. We don't celebrate Thanksgiving. We don't do none of that. So guess what? Both of my ribs families, the kids, they can't see them until they were older. Now, if my kids go over there, they know, okay, this is how we deal. And then you know what we're feeding them now? Now we got to, if they go over there, we got to show them, they got spirits on them. So if they start rambling and speaking confusion and negative against us, let us know. Because now when they come back, well, what happened over there? Oh, they were complaining about this or that, and then about y'all and this. Then we're like, okay, they don't get to go over there again. Why? Because you're feeding them negative. You're dealing with confusion. Why would you be talking negative about their parents? This is why the world... Read this, man. Come on, read.
No, one.
Read where you're at.
Galatians chapter 6 and verse 14.
Galatians?
2 Corinthians.
Oh, 2 Corinthians, I'm sorry.
Yeah, read that.
Be not...
No, go ahead and read it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you don't got that one?
I got both of them.
Okay, go ahead and read the first one.
Be not unequally yoked together with unbelievers.
Go ahead.
For what fellowship hath righteousness with unrighteousness?
You got to understand. Love your parents. Respect them as far as you can throw them. Respect them as far as you can deal with them. But when they step in this arena on your children's soul and the things that you're trying to get your children to learn, you got to grasp that mind quick. If not, the white man will, school will, TV will, or your dumbass parents will. Excuse me, I have to say it that way, but they don't understand. Right? So they don't get to influence your children over the will of the Most High. Because once they got that, I'll go over grandparents. My grandparents is going to listen to me. I want to go with them. Your grandparents ain't stupid. They're trying to wrap those children's soul up. Well, they don't know what they're doing, so we're going to go take them to church. You know what I mean? Oh, it's just a Christmas gift. Don't worry. No, we don't want that. You want to send them gifts? Guess what? Send them something after Christmas. Right? Why they got to be on that day? Send them something. You want to buy stuff for them? We will take it. Send it after Christmas. Why? Because we're going to separate ourselves from that. Because you're trying to play games with his mind. Yeah.
People try to tell me that my children are missing out. I said, nah, because they get stuff all year round.
Yeah.
Your child get that one day, my children already got it.
You know how many feasts we got? You know what I mean? You know how many things we got going on in Hanukkah? 8 days. Purim is 7 days. It's like, I'm sorry, not Purim. What was the other one? That's Tabernacles. Yeah, I keep getting those. Tabernacles is like 7 days. 7. Right. You doing 1, we doing 8.
That's
exactly.
13 days plus 2.
It's that manipulative garbage that they trying to dumb you down and make you feel bad about. No. We following the real Messiah, not your madness. Separate. Respectfully. Mom, Dad, with all due respect, I'm not going to let them come over if you don't obey our wishes. We're not dealing with that. Let me raise my kids how I raised them. Okay? I respect you and all that, but if you want to see them, this is what we're not doing. You ain't going to see them on Christmas. You ain't going to see them on Thanksgiving. You ain't going to see them on 4th of July. You ain't going to see them. You can see them any other day. I got you. Oh, when they come over, they not eating pork. Don't do that, because if I find out, you ain't going to see the kids. Now, you want to see them, you're going to respect us, because we're their parents. Right? Lay the rules down. Those are your kids, man. And you got to get a rap on their spirit before the devil does. Right? So this is a reminder. What? What did it say? Read.
Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers.
Go ahead.
For what fellowship hath righteousness with unrighteousness?
Let's be real about this. You know what I mean? Who you going to give your kids to? The Most High? Or your damn grandparents that want to feed them pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster and teach them Christmas? Not so, Lord. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. You know what I mean? That's how it has to be. You know what I mean? Now, I know everybody don't got the power over their kids. It sucks. It's a sad situation, meaning that you got parents that are divided. We got that in the school too. Like the brother, he lets, his wife separate, and his rib is feeding them pork on the when they get over there. That's the messed up thing. But for us that got control, your wife, the wives and the husbands are in the truth, you don't got to let nobody in your environment. And I'm going to say this. Teach your kids the reality of why it's righteous. You know what I mean? Don't just do because God said so. You got to show them the common sense. I deal with my kids on the common sense of why these things. Then naturally, that's going to turn into, I serve the Most High. But if you're just, because you got a lot of brothers and sisters do that, and then the kids are like, okay, mom and dad, these niggas are crazy. You go to school, and then the kids influencing you, grandma's influencing you. Then they're like, yeah, I see why. Because mom and dad, they lunatics. No, I didn't deal with my kids like that. And then, now they're naturally knowing that, okay, this is why I don't do that. Not because dad put a gun to my head and force fed me. So you got to use wisdom because the world is out there using different tactics on your kids. They use all different strategic ways. I turn on the TV, I'm doing the alphabets for my little boy, and what pops up? Christmas songs to desensitize you. That way when he get older, what's the first thing that you react to? Oh, Christmas. I remember that when I was a kid. Christmas songs. Mom, Dad, why we don't do that? You got to change the TV. You got to grab a hold of this, man. It takes work. Yeah.
Kind of like they're using that same word against us, like what you said, raise your children up in the way they should go.
And they know it. They take up. Yeah. You're right. They know, and it's a saying every time when we talk about the kids. It's a pope that said it. Give me a child from I think it's birth to this certain age, and we can make him serve the church forever. Because they know, train a child in the way which he shall go. And that's why they're doing all the gay day parades. Every series now has homosexuality in it. I'm going to desensitize your kids so they think being different is okay. Now, next they're like, well, when I get this emotion and feeling on me, because those demons will come. Mm-hmm. Man, my daughter came to me the other day. She's in what grade? Seventh grade. She's like, a girl came up to her and asked her did she want to be her girlfriend. 7th grade.
My daughter's in 8th grade. Same thing.
Yeah, my daughter was like, I don't know. Right? But that's the whole plan. To have your kids faggots and lesbians and Americanos. Right. Come on.
They're trying to treat it like it's the norm.
Yeah.
They're trying to desensitize you to where you walk, we work at the mall, so when you see a girl holding another girl's hand, or a man holding another man's hand, it's like...
That's natural. They're trying to take what God said natural is affection, natural affection is, and trying to make, this is natural affection. No, it's not. It's against nature. Right?
Romans 1 and 25 kind.
Go ahead.
And communion has light with darkness.
You got to understand that. I'm not saying kick in the door, beat down your parents. Deal with wisdom. Just let them know you got control. This is how you're raising your children according to the Bible, and you want them to follow the way of the scriptures. Dad, show me Christmas in the Bible. Mom, show me Christmas in the Bible, and we'll do that. Make it easy. It's not no argument. We're not doing that. You know what I mean? Thanksgiving, you give them the wisdom of it. Right? Watch this. Read that where you're at.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 4, verse 12.
Uh-huh.
For the bewitching of naughtiness.
Listen to this. And the way it's worded is very exquisite, but it's telling us something. The bewitching of naughtiness. Go ahead.
Doth obscure things that are honest.
Doth do what?
Doth obscure things that are honest.
The bewitching of naughtiness obscures things that are honest. It's looking for the purity in your kids, the wicked, so they can get them at a young age to destroy that love, righteousness, truth that's in their spirit. By bewitching them, desensitizing them. What you got?
Bewitching. Powerfully or seductively attractive or charming.
The lights. Is anything wrong with lights? No. Is anything wrong with beautiful lights? Nah. But they took that and did what? It's on their day. Right? Now it's almost like, I remember when we were doing a feast one time and we wanted to just put lights on the back patio. Now it's like we got to question lights. Lights are not wicked. But then it's like, okay, but they use these colors. You see that? Once again, like we said earlier, it's like, damn, because you don't want to put that in anybody's mind. Like, what's up with the lights? Their job is to bewitch us at everything and desensitize us to love evil. To call evil good and good evil. Read.
It says, scripture.
Did you have anything else?
No, I just said synonyms: alluring, appealing.
What? Oh, hell yeah. Appealing. It's appealing to them now. It's appealing to our people, and they're trying to do that to your kids. Go ahead.
It says attractive, captivating, charismatic, charming.
Right. Go ahead and read it again.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 4, and verse 12.
Uh-huh.
For the bewitching of naughtiness doth obscure things that are honest.
Right.
And the wondering of concupiscence doth undermine the simple mind.
Now, the wondering of concupiscence, which is a disease, a deep lust, does do what to the simple mind?
Doth undermine the simple mind.
The unlearned, simple is used in many ways, mainly two ways in the scriptures. Being unlearned and being easily impressionable. Right? Mm-hmm. It's used in those ways. Right? One scripture, Proverbs 122, how long will ye simple ones love simplicity, and fools delight in scorning, and fools hate knowledge, right? The simple mind. You can be simple and negative. But it also tells us this. Where is it at?
Proverbs chapter 14 and verse 15.
Write this down.
The simple believe.
Write this down. Hold on 1 second. Yeah. So, and this is the theme. They know that children are what?
Simple.
Simple. They're unlearned. They don't know. That's why I'm constantly talking to him about this science. Because they come in and they tell you, they're telling him all this science, and he says something the other day in the kitchen. I'm like, nah, that's not true. What I tell you about watching what they say about science. You got to watch what they say about science and history, because they're lying. Reading books, learning words, fine. Math, fine. But science and history, they lying about everything. So when he comes in with that, I'm like, well, what did you learn today? Oh, they said this about science, and then you have to break it down. Okay, well, this part, yeah, that's simple, that's true. But this, they don't know what planets are out there. They don't know who the heck, how could you see 1,000,000 miles away and know it's a planet that got water on it? Well, you can't even, show me the moon through that same thing, that same telescope, which they, right? If they show me you went to the moon, right? So you see, they teaching the simple mind and taking advantage of that, because they know the simple believeth every word, right?
Because the definition says weak in intellect,
and that don't mean dumb. It just means that I'm unlearned. He hasn't studied enough to understand that who he's dealing with.
Right. That's why it says not wise or sagacious.
Right.
Sagacious.
Yeah. Impressionable. Right. Go ahead. Read on. Read it one more time.
The simple believeth every word.
Right.
But the prudent man looketh well to his going.
And that's what they're going to take advantage of. Your simple minds. Their simple minds. So you got to start gaining control and moving them away from you on that level. Yeah.
When you said about how it's informing them, I was thinking about Ecclesiastes 42. It says, "Be not ashamed to inform
the unwise and
the elderly."
Yeah, and the elderly. You got to tell them. You got to tell them. Like, listen, we can go in a whole class about kids. We've done many classes about kids. I guess this angle about your grandparents. Remember this: you're the parents, you're the mother, you're the father. You take control of that. Don't let them get a control of your children. All right. What is that? It?
No, there's a couple more.
Tomorrow. It's 9. We went over 30 minutes. We're going to be here again tomorrow. We're not going nowhere. We're going to be live. Hold your questions. Once again, we like the questions, but we went over a little bit. All right.
This was a simple one.
A simple one?
Yeah, there's something you're going to put together a Thanksgiving class before next week.
You know how many Thanksgiving classes we've been over? You know what I mean? We've been over. Certain topics, they're so common and easy. That's why we did one of them, 2 of them, 3 of them, and we got them online. Did you put some in there? Go ahead and throw.
We can't find it. Did you find one?
Thanksgiving?
I had Shawash on it too. And then someone else commented the mouse is the possum.
The possum. I thought it was that. I thought it was the possum also. but I wanted to double check that. You're probably right, because I know we went over this in the law on Sabbath. But I think you're correct. But let me double check it. I don't want to give nobody the wrong information. All right. Right. All right. So if that's it, we'll see y'all tomorrow for the Shabbat. The water for logging on. Like, share, subscribe. We appreciate y'all. Everybody say shalom. Shalom. Okay, you guys gotta be quiet. Right?
The Bible on cop. The Most High is my rock. TK. Rock. The Most High is my rock. The Most High is my rock. My rock. The Most High is my rock. In the name of Messiah. The Most High is my rock. The Most High is my rock. My rock. The Most High is my rock. Yeah. The Most High is my rock. I keep my Bible on top. The Most High is my rock. No time for cupcake and the cutting. Hit the streets and start cutting. The Israelites are bubbling. The Israelites are coming. I don't celebrate Thanksgiving. You can keep the stuffing. It's pagan, disdain. It's